Hi everyone, I'm Alex and I'm the founder of TravelSisters. We're a female-only travel community and usually we'd empower you to travel safely together by using our app. But lockdown kind of sucks. So here's our special coronavirus travel interview series. I'll be interviewing some interesting and fun travel sisters from our community living across the whole world. And if you want to join and have a travel chat with me as well, then make sure to join our group and let us know. Hi Claire, thank you so much for joining me on this chat. How about you start with introducing yourself? Where are you in lockdown? How is lockdown over there? How are you coping?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on. So, my name is Claire. I am originally from Singapore, but I am in lockdown in Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. The situation's pretty decent, I would say. I haven't been going out much. So, we actually just came back from a month long of travel. So, we self quarantined even before the lockdown happened. So, we've been on an extended lockdown. But we take walks with our dog in the neighborhood, and what we've been noticing is that they're getting angsty. They're wanting to get out, so more people are heading out. I don't know if they're really abiding by the social distancing rules of like 6 feet apart. I can't really tell who are family members, who are just living together and they're taking a walk. So things are picking up here. I don't think that's what's supposed to be happening, but they are picking up.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think especially, I'm not sure over there, obviously Vegas, probably good weather year round, but on my end, for example, the weather is starting to be much nicer day by day. So I'm starting to see more people outside. I'm not sure whether they're just getting angsty or not taking it serious anymore, or just, I want to tank some sun. I don't know, but yeah,
Oh yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. I know in the US there's a bunch of protests for the stay-at-home orders because people are just over
Mhm.
it. They think that this is going on for far too long. I don't agree with it. I think we all have to just kind of stay put and make sure everything is clear before we can go out again. But yeah, people are restless.
Wow. I think the best or one of the best analogies or examples I've seen so far is when jumping out of the airplane and, putting the parachute and be like, oh, okay, well, it has diminished the fall. So we can throw it off now. We don't need it anymore. It's like, you sure about that? How about the last bit? But
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah, that's
see.
a really great way of putting that. Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. But
Yeah.
if it wasn't for lockdown, what would you recommend doing your top three things in Vegas?
So the obvious thing is to hit up the strip. That's where the casinos are, the shows, the nightlife. I'm not that kind of person, so I would prefer to explore the nature around Vegas or Nevada.
Mhm.
There's a lot of amazing landscapes like red rocks and I love the desert. So I love it out here. I would say avoid it in the summer. There's a section called Valley of Fire, which is just beautiful. Another place to avoid in the summer because it just gets too crazy hot, but the nature's great. There's also a lot of weird stops in Vegas. There's a clown motel not too far away. It's about
Mhm.
like an hour, 2 hour drive. And it is exactly what it sounds like. It's a whole motel with clowns in it, like
Uh-huh.
clown toys, everything's a clown theme. And the weird thing about it is it's located right across the street from a cemetery. So it just adds to that creep factor. But
Wow.
yeah, Vegas is full of weird, exciting, good food, really good food all around,
Mhm.
on and off the strip. And of course, if you get off the strip, it's cheaper. So that's
Yeah.
a little local tip there. But yeah, food, nature, and I guess the weird oddities.
I hope you're not scared of clowns. I'm luckily not afraid of clowns, but I know people, friends who are
Oh,
terrified of
yeah.
clowns. So if
Probably not the
I
place
want to
for
give them a
them.
heart attack, I know where to take them now.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's weird.
And what's the top three places that you have been to?
Oh boy, this is a really difficult question. I would say Jordan is one of my favorite countries. It
Hmm.
just blew me away. I think people have this perception of the Middle East that is not very friendly,
Mm.
and that was quite the opposite when we went. So Jordan's definitely one of my favorite places. I loved Cuba. I love how interesting it was and how different life is over there and how we don't know any of it from the US side.
Mm.
And I love, oh my gosh. Well, I have to say I love Singapore because I'm from there and we have the best food.
Of course.
We all think that, right? Wherever we're from.
To be fair, I just love food in general. So I think even harder than top three favorite countries would be top three favorite meals. I would really, really
Oof.
struggle with that. Can we do it by category?
Yeah,
Dessert, starters, mains, Asian, Indian.
exactly. Exactly. And it's like, get me on the right day and my answer will change.
Yes, absolutely. Right now it's pizza.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you.
And if money didn't matter at all, where would you go right after lockdown?
I would love to explore more of Africa. I'm not picky about my destinations per se, but Africa is the one continent that I've been dying to get to and just explore, go on a safari and see all these animals in the wild. So, yeah,
Mm.
wherever I can get that.
Any specific country or just generally really a tour through the whole continent? What do you have in mind?
That would be a dream. I would love to do a tour through all of Africa, but I will not lie. I've been eyeing tickets to Kenya lately, with airline fares being really low. I have had my eyes set on heading to
Yeah,
Nairobi. So,
sounds lovely.
yeah,
And what will be your number one travel tip?
I would say to not have any expectations. It's very hard not to have expectations, but
Mm.
I'll related to the story. We were in Greece in the winter, which, by the way, cold, freezing cold. Did not think that Greece could be that cold.
Yeah.
And we headed over to Meteora where we were going to see, the monasteries on the side of the cliffs, but
Mm.
it was a blizzard. It was in the middle of the blizzard. So we took the bus up and we didn't see any of those gorgeous views that we thought we were going to see. So that taught me that we still had a great time. It was a different experience altogether. It was pretty scary because the drive up was like alongside a cliff and it was slipping and sliding and we were like, okay, I just want to make it out alive at this point. But definitely it was very memorable for a very different reason. But I could understand, since we were on a tour, a lot of people were really bummed and they were asking for a refund, but the weather is not in anyone's control.
Yeah.
So not setting those expectations, just going in to an experience for that reason and not having, that idea of catching the perfect shot, the perfect view. I think
Mm.
that really makes traveling worthwhile and it makes it exciting and it opens you up to new ideas, new experiences, and that's what it's all about.
Definitely. Is there a place that comes to mind where it was the opposite way around in terms of no expectations whatsoever, or it didn't, well, fine, I just ended up here kind of, and then you were just amazed?
I would say Cuba was that for me because
Mhm.
I have heard, it's so funny. I get a lot of, like everyone else, my travel inspiration from Instagram. And you kind of see it on Instagram. Everything looks gorgeous, right? So
Mhm.
when I first got to Cuba, I was like, this is not what it looks like. And I kind of knew in the back of my head, like, yeah, this is not real life. But after spending time there, at first I was disappointed. I was like, oh, it doesn't look anything like, the beautiful colors that I see on Instagram. But after spending a couple days there, I grew to love it. Like, despite not living up to that expectation, I really
Mhm.
love the culture, the people, and that you can't really capture in a photo. So yeah, that was one of those experiences where it was the opposite, where it just, I guess it was kind of the opposite. I went through like the wave of I was expecting this and no, I didn't live up to my expectation, and then it came out the other side.
Yeah, kind of. It was a roller coaster of
Yeah,
expectations and no
exactly.
expectations.
Exactly. It went through it all.
Absolutely. But I think I would agree with the whole having or trying to not have expectations, just generally. I think not only with destinations, but anything. I hope that doesn't sound negative. But just, I feel like whenever I've seen something or done something and I thought, no, why am I even here? Like even going to a party or seeing a movie or a show, sometimes those movies when you're having a movie night with your friends and a friend picked something, I was like, oh god, no, why did he pick that? But it ends up being so good. So I think, yeah, with travel absolutely works
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I know I'm not, I'm so guilty of it. I still have expectations every day of my life, but I try to remember those moments and I'm like, okay, don't get upset if they don't meet your expectations. It's fine. It's just a different
Yeah.
situation.
As much as I love Instagram for inspiration, connections to others, it really kind of hurts the expectations sometimes because come on, let's be
Absolutely.
honest, we all have some kind of filter, or most of them have some kind of filter over it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm definitely one of those people too. So I try to incorporate that, but who wants to have an ugly photo on their feed? It's not aesthetic enough, right? So I try
Yeah.
to usually hide it behind the swipe behind. I'm like, here's me sick as hell and looking terrible. So you know that this happens too.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining me on this brief travel interview. And I hope that people keep taking it seriously in Vegas and that you stay safe. But it was lovely chatting to you. And yeah, hopefully I'll see
Mhm.
you around.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I hope you're staying safe wherever you are too.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, bye.